You can actually now create a digital twin to see how the heart is functioning and see how the patient is going to function with a specific pacemaker.
When we consider the challenge in Formula One, our key currency or our key measure is time.
In this conversation, we explore how digital twins are reshaping everything from healthcare to high performance. Can I ask you how Aston Martin Formula One is using digital twins to improve efficiency and on-track performance of the team?
When we really start to analyse where our data sets exist, where our decision points are, and how our processes come together, the digital twin helps us to inform how we need to operate within the factory, within the campus, but also then how do we translate the massive amounts of data that exist trackside.
What about in other industries and technologies?
If you look at a digital twin of a human heart, right? Earlier you would create a human heart based on historical data, from multiple patients, but you can actually now create a digital twin for an individual. You can actually use the data from the individual to see how the heart is functioning, and then you can use that data to see how the patient is going to function with a specific pacemaker.
Can you give us an example of when and how a digital twin has been used behind the scenes in Formula One?
If we are looking at commodities that typically will have been purchased in the past, we may now have an opportunity based on our improved capability and capacity within our factory using our digital twin to insource that work. It allows us to see where does the capacity exist and can we now make a decision to add more product development onto the vehicle rather than having to spend cost cap relevant spend within the supply chain.
AI has a big role to play in that, because the agentic AIs, they work with autonomous systems, so they can perceive, they can react, they can adopt, and then they can make decisions. And then based on that, the digital twin actually generates a lot of data that you can use for decision making as well. So pretty much now we're calling digital twins as agentic digital twins.
In Formula One, our key currency or our key measure is time. Yeah, whether it's time from concept or idea to track, or whether it's the time it takes us to get around the lap and the race during the weekend. So we've used a digital twin to allow us to simulate or mimic our process so that we knew where to place our plant equipment to supply to our machinery. The machinery positions are positioned to minimize time, walking time, material usage time. And so what that's allowed us to do is to really, really rationalize our efficiency of human and machine interactions within our campus.
So how do we make digital twins more accessible on a broader scale, not just for the engineers and those working in it?
We have this methodology called DRIVE, which is all about discover, recommend, implement, validate, and evolve. And we use that to actually create digital twins which are more and more accessible. And what we call this is a democratization of digital twin. Just to give you an example, if you look at simulation models, which were normally being done by engineers or physicists using some really heavy, high-performance computing and applications, they can now be actually made available through lighter weight technologies to people like, for example, in procurement or, for example, in manufacturing, who can do various combinations and permutations to actually see what is going to be the impact of what they're planning to do on the actual product itself.
Great. Thank you very much, Ben and Anuj.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.